Rome, the Eternal City. A civilization that began as a small settlement along the Tiber River and grew into one of the most powerful empires the world has ever known. For over 1,000 years, Rome shaped history, conquering vast territories, building architectural wonders, and laying the foundations of modern law, governance, and trade. But how did Rome rise from humble beginnings? What was life like for its people? And what led to its eventual downfall? Join us as we dive into the entire history of Rome. Rome's story begins with legend. In 753 BCE, Romulus and Remus, twin brothers raised by a she-wolf, founded the city of Rome. After a dispute, Romulus killed his brother and became the first king of Rome, giving the city its name. Early Rome was a monarchy ruled by a succession of kings, some of whom were legendary, such as Numa Pompilius, the lawgiver, and Tarquinius Superbus, the last and most infamous king. Under the kings, Rome expanded and developed key institutions, including a senate and religious practices that would last for centuries. However, in 509 BCE, the Romans overthrew their last king, Tarquinius Superbus, and established a republic, one of the most revolutionary political systems in history. With the monarchy gone, Rome was now governed by a senate, magistrates, and elected officials known as consuls. Power was divided to prevent any single ruler from becoming a tyrant. Rome expanded rapidly, conquering neighboring territories in Italy through alliances and military campaigns. The society was divided into two main classes: patricians, the aristocratic elite who held political power, and plebeians, the common people who fought for representation in government. Over time, Rome created new offices like the tribune of the plebs to protect the rights of the lower class. One of the Republic's defining moments was the Punic Wars, a series of conflicts with Carthage, Rome's greatest rival. In the First Punic War, Rome built a navy from scratch and defeated Carthage at sea. The Second Punic War saw Hannibal, a Carthaginian general, march war elephants over the Alps to invade Italy. Though he terrorized Rome for years, he was eventually defeated by the Roman general Scipio Africanus. The Third Punic War ended with Rome completely destroying Carthage, solidifying its dominance in the Mediterranean. This period saw Rome evolve into a superpower, controlling lands in Spain, North Africa, Greece, and beyond. The Republic thrived on trade, agriculture, and conquest. Merchants exchanged goods across the Mediterranean, and Roman roads facilitated commerce and military movement. However, with expansion came problems. Wealth concentrated among the elite, leading to corruption, inequality, and social unrest. As Rome grew, its political system struggled to manage vast territories. Wealthy elites controlled the Senate, while ordinary Romans became discontent. Tiberius and Gaius Gracchus, two brothers, attempted land reforms to help the poor but were assassinated, marking the beginning of political violence in Rome. Civil wars erupted between rival generals like Marius and Sulla, setting a precedent for military leaders wielding immense power. Julius Caesar, a brilliant general, conquered Gaul and became immensely popular. In 49 BCE, he crossed the Rubicon River with his army, defying the Senate and sparking a civil war. Caesar emerged victorious and was declared dictator for life. However, in 44 BCE, he was assassinated by senators who feared he would become a king. His death led to another power struggle, culminating in the rise of his adopted heir, Octavian, later known as Augustus. In 27 BCE, Augustus became Rome's first emperor, marking the birth of the Roman Empire. The empire brought stability after years of chaos. Augustus introduced reforms, built infrastructure, and expanded Rome's borders. His reign ushered in the Pax Romana, a period of peace lasting nearly 200 years. The Roman economy thrived on agriculture, trade, and slavery. The empire's extensive road network allowed goods to move efficiently. Romans enjoyed baths, theaters, and gladiator games. Wealthy citizens lived in luxurious villas while the poor relied on free grain distributions. Some of Rome's greatest emperors included Trajan, who expanded the empire to its largest size, Hadrian, who built Hadrian's Wall in Britain, and Marcus Aurelius, a philosopher king who wrote Meditations. Rome's engineering feats included aqueducts, concrete, and the Colosseum, marvels that still stand today. Despite its strength, Rome began to decline due to economic troubles, military overspending, corruption, and external invasions. From 235 to 284 CE, Rome suffered civil wars, plagues, and economic collapse. The empire nearly fell apart, but Emperor Diocletian introduced reforms and split the empire into eastern and western halves. In 410 CE, the Visigoths, led by Alaric, sacked Rome. In 476 CE, the last Roman emperor, Romulus Augustulus, was overthrown by the Germanic leader Odoacer, marking the fall of the Western Roman Empire. The Eastern Roman Empire, later known as Byzantium, would survive for another 1,000 years. Though Rome fell, its influence never faded. Roman law, architecture, language, and governance shaped Western civilization. From the Republic's democratic principles to the engineering marvels of the empire, Rome's legacy continues to inspire the modern world. This was the entire history of Rome. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more deep dives into history.